What do you think is the difference between Kanye doing that and Little Dirt or any rapper dropping a whole album glorifying killing their ops and selling it?
It's not a difference, honestly. It reminds me, y'all, join our Discord, Hip Hop Weekly.
It's free.
Uh,
It's free right now. They charging $5 to $50, man. We get y'all in there for free. You know what I
this
mean?
nigga $10 a month. We making zero right now. It's free. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga,
So
we
you
in the
good.
we in the free
Go
tier.
ahead, join. Man, I want to talk about that Ice Cube movie, bro.
Let's get it.
So, so it was called what?
War of the
on the
Worlds.
World?
Yeah.
Oh, War of the Worlds or something
Yeah.
like that. But yo, I was in for a surprise, yo. This was trash. I never been so disappointed in Ice Cube movie. And I've seen a lot of Ice Cube movies, man. I even seen the Triple X that the nigga did. You
Yeah.
remember the Triple X?
With a Vin Diesel in it right now.
Yeah, he did the second one. Vin Diesel did the first one. I think
Okay.
Ice Cube was actually the second one.
Yeah.
Crazy trash. But yeah, man, I love Cube. I love him and most of the stuff he do. And with his son becoming like a major
Actor.
What's going on here? What you think? Like, what you think happened here? Was this like a money grab? Was this?
I got a
was
lot of
these-
conspiracies on
I
it.
would think it was.
I got a ton of conspiracies. So just to go into the movie itself, like it wasn't, to me it was entertaining. You know what I mean? Like I have a film background, so I can nitpick everything about it to why it was just it wasn't done well, but it was definitely entertaining. Just it was funny because it's like to see Ice Cube in this type of role.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, but I was just like coming up with different ideas. I'm like, maybe it's like an artist, you know, when you're signed, say Kendrick is signed to Universal, he got to give them 5 projects, you know, and maybe
Okay.
he has to give them a certain amount of projects to be able to make the project he want to make. He may be made at some
Okay.
point, um, or this is just like leftover from COVID time, and it's just like a quick little money grab. They created this during COVID time. Maybe it got put away because it wasn't good, and it was like, you know
Yeah.
what, now's a good time because the whole movie itself was Amazon. It was a marketing for Amazon. Like,
A commercial.
it was a commercial.
Amazon.
It was a commercial for
Right.
Amazon. Like,
Yeah. A
so
lot of product placements all over there. So yeah, you're exactly right about that. Amazon had to get their who knows how that happened. I think that it was definitely like a cash grab. And everybody was in like their own house the whole time, right? This was actually like in their house. Ice Cube was at his house the whole time. It's like me and you right now doing this shit right here. So
if that tells you anything, you can make a movie with no budget. They showed you the blueprint.
and that was Netflix? Was that Netflix?
That was Amazon
had that?
Prime.
Oh my god! For this to be on there, it was very trash. I think this could. I think it was so bad that it's actually becoming a good movie. You know what I'm saying? A movie that everybody can go watch.
Exactly.
Get a good laugh. And so sometimes you can find the movie so bad that it's good. You know.
It's
But yeah,
entertaining. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
You watched it all the way through, huh?
You can clearly see that it was nothing in front of him on that screen. When like
Or behind him.
like or behind him, he was just fucking making faces like, and like that shit was crazy. Like he was like, no, and like there was nothing on that fucking screen. But yo, that's hilarious shit right there. So
He did that in 4 hours, bro. They finished that. They used Ice Cube for 4 hours of that day.
that was one day of shooting. So, but hey, if he got his bread, he got his bread.
Yeah. Did you see where Will.I.am thinks that Black Thought is a trillion times better than Jay-Z?
Yeah, I heard Black Thought. That nigga lyrical as hell, ain't he? If I'm thinking that, yeah. Black Thought really that nigga.
But a trillion times better. Obviously, you're talking hyperbole, but a trillion times better than Jay Z.
He said a trillion times. Yo, yeah, that's crazy. Probably a trillion times more lyrical, but better. Lyrical doesn't mean that you better. You know what I'm saying? Lyrical is just one aspect of music.
I
Some
don't.
people like lyrical shit. If we talk about skill wise, I guess to be more lyrical, obviously.
Yeah, man. I don't. I don't even know how I feel about that. I feel like they're a lot closer lyrically too. But I mean, I'm not mad. That's for a personal opinion. Will I am. But also, we're in the time where people obviously they want to have that clickbait. You know what I mean. They want to have that moment where niggas is talking about it for a week or a couple of days, and that's where.
You think Jay lyrical though? I mean,
Yes, I think he's lyrical, but I don't think
I mean
he's not a
lyrical. Yeah,
word. He's not like
a wordsmith.
he's
He's
not
not
just
Nas. You know
he's
what I'm
not
saying?
just
Like
like
he's not
this
word.
wordsmith like Lupe Fiasco or this
Yeah, I'm not
this
disrespect Jay here, but
this like transcendent poet or nothing. But I think he rapped with the best of the best. Um,
oh yeah,
JID defends J. Cole's Kendrick apology, says his selfless act outweighs the rap beef. Um, so okay, if you're say you're signed to J. Cole, okay, and you're an artist, you're one of his best rappers on the label, and this beef thing is happening, and your CEO, your boss, not to call another man a boss or nothing, but your boss
that's the boss. That's the niggas.
apologized in that rap beef. How would you feel? Would you be let down at all, or
Oh, I've been pissed if it was Drake, if it was Kendrick, if it was Wayne, Jay Z, Pop, Biggie, Jid himself. Yeah, I would have been pissed. Uh, J Cole wise, I understand J Cole though. I understand. I gets him.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yo, J Cole is a different breed. I didn't mind when he first apologized. I was like, bro, that's true to his character.
Exactly.
Because while these other two niggas don't like each other, J Cole likes both of them. So why in the fuck is he gonna be in the imaginary beef? What they got is a real beef. They about to call each other pedophiles and shit. They about to say your kid don't belong to you. And J Cole over here
We don't have
rapping like we still buddies, giving punches. And these niggas over here calling each other pedophiles. I would have bad. I'm like, whoa, like, what are y'all doing? Is this because that beef was won? Half of it was won by skills. Kendrick just outskilled Drake. The other half was won by public opinion.
exactly.
And the public on his fucking ass. The public wasn't gonna let Drake win anyway. This wasn't Drake against Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and Drake usually always have the public on his side. That's why he can win shit like against Meek Mill or against Common, against Joe Budden and shit like that. He can win against more lyrical people because he's more popular. This right here,
He ran up
he was
against
still more
somebody
popular,
that was just
but
more lyrical and almost as popular. You have to have that.
almost as popular.
You have to have that
Better.
popularity. And Jid said that. Jid said he was more. He wasn't shocked about the apology. He was more shocked that J. Cole would even put out that 7-minute freestyle, that 7-minute drill, even dissing Kendrick because that's his boy. So it's like,
Yeah.
me too. If you think about it, and after all this beef is over with, if you think about it, like J. Cole really did that, and he didn't have to do that. Kendrick was never shooting at him, really.
Exactly.
He never shot at J. Cole. For real.
You said that perfect, bro. You legitimately saying that perfectly because exactly. Actually, yeah, exactly. J. Cole should apologize because Kendrick said it's not no big three, it's big me. Because it's like when niggas be like, bruh, y'all niggas tripping. But I'm only talking about you.
Exactly.
But I'm like, man, y'all niggas done fucked up the game. I'm only talking about one of you. I just grouped everybody together. Y'all need and you don't gotta be like J. Cole, she'll accept that. But Kendrick didn't fire at J. Cole like that. And when J. Cole apologized, Kendrick didn't fire no
He
more.
never
A little
mentioned.
it's a little subliminal shits here and there where you can match and be like, oh, he's talking about
So
J.
so.
Cole when he mentioned shit like Kumbayas and shit like that. Niggas want to do shit like that. You can. Who want to do a fucking Kumbaya other than Cole? So some of this shit you can kind of put him there, but there was no name on there. He didn't even say nothing about Cole. And I'm trying to figure out, is Drake not mad at Cole either, right?
I think he was.
Because it's kind of like Drake mad at Cole because it sounds like,
I don't think he's mad at Cole,
like
but
Drake meant Cole's name. It wasn't like he was dissing him in any of those songs. But you
yeah.
like Cole probably losing sleep about this, not me. It was like, he was. Which is any of these niggas mad at Cole? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Or is Cole still friends with both of these niggas?
He just stood in the middle. He was just caught in the middle. But Kendrick been having to beef with Drake, so it was just like, oh yeah, you hang with my op, you know what I mean? On that type of thing, like, bro, we're friends, but I'm just gonna shoot it that way. And if you get hit, bro, you know who I really don't fuck with. That type of thing.
Casualty at war, nigga. You was just you right next to him, nigga. You shouldn't be right there. So yeah. But if it wasn't J. Cole, I would have been mad. I'm still kind of mad, and I'm still mad every day. As time go by, I'm actually getting more mad because I wasn't mad at first, but I get more mad now because fucking Kendrick done got a Super Bowl. He done got 10 Grammys. They on national tours. This nigga done made 1 billion streams on Spotify. Outdone Drake, everything. And let's be real, he pushed J. Cole album back. This year or last year was J. Cole's year, bro. He was supposed to drop the Fall Off. Kendrick wasn't supposed to be dropping GNX, all this shit. J. Cole was literally ramping up, getting on Futures with 21, baby, blah, 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 blah. Got the song with Drake. He was literally setting himself up. All eyes on me. I'm dropping Fall Off. Kendrick came and took that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's an unsurmountable. Like, he can never.
You would have probably got 1 billion streams too. If you just would have stuck there and didn't apologize, you would have 1 billion streams too.
But would the beef then just be two people ganging up on Kendrick, or would it be a free fall of Kendrick? You know what I mean? Like, because
free fall. Don't gang up with Drake and do that because Kendrick not gonna be your friend no more. If Kendrick your friend, I'm only responding because you kind of threw my name. You said there's no more 3 GOATs. Cole's whole career, he been putting Kendrick and Drake on the pedestal, higher than him. He'll say Kendrick and Drake, and then he's the third best. Right. He'll always say shit like that. He never put himself to be better than them, unless he was just rapping, talking his shit, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm the best." But he will literally always humble himself behind them. And I think at times he was better than both of them. Yeah, I think.
And I think the lead, like, and back to the whole energy thing, calling your album the Fall Off. Even that is weird to me. I'm sorry, that's weird to me. Who's going to write their story and say I'm at the fall off in any capacity? I think with this beef and everything Kendrick was able to do in a year, I think it's the insurmountable. I think he can never make that ground up, in my opinion. But like, I listen to them for different things. So like, Cole might be better at, you know what I mean, if 5 different skill sets. He might be better at. He might be better than Drake and Kendrick at multiple different skill sets. But like, just like when we ranking the GOATs, like this year put Kendrick. He put himself so far that I don't think.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. When people compare Drake and be like he fell off because he lost to Kendrick. But if Kendrick is the very best, and I lost to Kendrick, but I'm better than every other fucking million people below me.
No, I'm saying Cole. No, I'm saying,
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
I'm saying like Cole. I'm saying like Cole can't make that ground up. In the GOAT conversation, I don't think he can.
Oh,
because of this
you
year.
don't think Cole can ever be GOAT again?
I don't
He's no
think.
longer GOAT.
I think he's a. I mean, there's
The
to
GOAT
me
here is
they're still the big three of this generation. Like regardless of whatever people anybody want to say, it's going when you talk about this time period, you're gonna talk about them three and then everybody else.
yeah.
But just like when you put them three again in the same category, Jay Z, the Andre 3000, the Waynes, Eminem's, like I don't think Cole can ever make that ground up to say he's
That's
better than
crazy.
Kendrick.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I understand what you're saying because he balled out.
He
You know what I'm saying? It would literally have to be another beef for him to get his chance to prove because now he can't just come out with a
It's got to
diss
be a
track.
beef with. It's got to be a beef with Kendrick though, because
Yeah,
that's the
that's what I'm
person.
saying.
That's the person that's like. It's like Kobe and LeBron played at the same time. Michael Jordan played against Charles Barkley or whatever. You know, right now, LeBron playing against KD. Like this is the matchup of this generation. You will never like. That's the. This is the.
You already lost.
This is your
Yeah.
opponent for this time period. You know what I mean? Like I don't think this
Yeah.
beef like none of the songs that they drop to me is even the best of their own particular catalog. Like nothing Kendrick dropped
Oh,
is that crazy in his catalog, but just like in a public perception way, Cole just really should have went out there and just been a part of the dance. But he could have been the equalizer to make it less muddy. You know what I mean? Not such a mudslinging
yeah.
fight. If he
I
was in
understand.
there, you know what I mean?
I agree.
He could have
I
kept
agree.
it. He could have kept it more hip hop only.
Yeah. And instead of the antics, I think when Cole left, it was free for them to start throwing lies in because nobody would have believed any of the shit you said about Cole. You wouldn't have never said that he was talking to little girls or that his baby wasn't his or he did this and that. So he would have kept it straight skill, which he did on Mike Delete Later. I felt like Mike Delete Later, bro. Listen, hear me out. Mike Delete Later was very good. It was actually.
Was that a
I thought he was.
compilation? Or was
And
that
I
just J
thought he was
Cole?
trapping it.
That was a
Huh?
compilation, wasn't it? Like or the whole label.
It had a couple of Earth games on there, but a couple of tracks. Like I said, you can always put somebody's name there after you listen to a track. I can go back to old songs and then insert J. Cole and Kendrick's rap and be like, oh yeah, he's talking about Cole here. And that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? But you could do that. So those songs off of Mike Delete Later, they probably wasn't all about Kendrick. But at the time, you could fit a lot of that shit that he's talking about Kendrick. So it sounds like a whole little diss mistape towards Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he should have never deleted that. He shouldn't have called that shit Delete Later. He should have kept that and been like, checkmate, nigga. You do something. You know what I'm saying? And force them to come out with 5 or 6 songs. Because he dropped the whole album on the ass right there. You
Yeah.
know, you could have forced more than just 2 songs, and someone be like, I won, I got 2 songs. You're like, nigga, I just dropped 5 songs. You know what I'm saying? So he could have did that, and I actually think Cole probably would have came out number 2. He wasn't gonna beat Kendrick here.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe. Actually, but Kendrick had to do some you're a pedophile to win this shit. Let's keep it
I don't think
300.
Kendrick would have pulled that out on Cole though, because Cole just hasn't.
Nah,
Cole hasn't done like Drake. You can look at his character within the last few years and find something, but like Cole has been. He's a down to earth person, and it just gets to that like a whole conversation like we should have like being modest and being humble. Like I don't want to be Cole, and like I want to be Cole, but like in the sense of the values he has, but like bro, I don't want to be that modest to where I'm in third place the whole time.
you think turning the other cheek was wrong?
I'm more Malcolm. Like I might seem more Martin Luther, but I'm more Malcolm in the sense of
Mm.
like I'm not just a. Before I turn my cheek, I'm just gonna be. You're not even gonna see. You're not even gonna know what side you're gonna get from me. I'm already gone. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
um, I'm not turning the other cheek.
No, so yeah, I definitely I'm disappointed in J. Cole as time goes, and in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm gonna be real disappointed. I'm gonna hate
I hope the
everything that
fall off.
happened.
That's what I'm saying. I hope the fall off is good, but like, listen to the title.
Man, yeah. Okay, so Drake's which one fails to make splash on charts? So, Drake's latest single, which one has failed to score a high-ranking debut on the Billboard Hot 100? And it's crazy how, for the rest of his career, he's gonna have to be good enough to score on the Hot 100, or people gonna talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He has to be that good on every track. You know what I'm saying? And they can. So let's see. Collaboration with British rapper Central C, the second single from his hit upcoming album Iceman. So Drake got a new album called Iceman coming out. I thought I seen photos of that on Facebook. Looked fake as hell, so I didn't believe it. But Iceman failed to even crack the top 20, landing at just 23. So my nigga landed at top 23.
And they still
And since
making
it
fun of
wasn't
him.
20, you know what I'm saying? So, what you think? Have you heard this song?
Yeah, so I heard it. It wasn't my cup of tea. I like his first single a lot better, but I still would think, I still think it would do higher than what it did. Like I don't really, I'm not judging music based on how high it goes, cause like
Okay.
you see what I'm saying. Like if we went to the top 10 Billboard right now, I probably hadn't heard none of the songs at the top. You know what I mean? None of the top tens.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but like
Facts.
I definitely, I'm with you with like because he's not known as the numbers guy or whatever. They're just going
Mm-hmm.
to judge the quality of his music only based upon where it charts at. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I did,
And I think Kendrick beef
yeah,
is a little magnified. You know what I'm saying?
a
So
thousand
he
percent.
definitely, and that's probably why he won't hit top 20. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a theory. But with this beef, a lot of people jumped on the hate train anyway. So the people that was listening to Drake like 2 years ago, they're not listening anymore. It's not cool to listen to Drake anymore. Well, some people would say so. And he said something to the crowd. Let me see what he said to the crowd. So he said to the sold out crowd, I didn't get here by being a piece of shit. I didn't get here by being a snake. I didn't get here by being a dickhead. I got here by being good to people, being nice to people, and my karma is straight. That's why I'm still on stage in 2025. How you feel about Drake? Got this mentality of the world against him now. You know what I'm saying? Should he feel that way? Should the almost billionaire feel like everybody is against him in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, has he not been showed love for the last 20 years? How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's just um his perspective coming out of that beef, like relative to everybody else. I feel like he's still getting a lot of love. He still got a cult fan base, and he still have a lot of support. But I do think the media outlets are slightly against him right now. So he does have an uphill battle in that form, but I don't know. I don't feel like he is at his strongest when he is playing this role as like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he just got to
Well,
he got to move off of it. You know what I mean? And just create. Yeah, being the bad guy. I don't think that hit is where he excels at. You know what I mean?
okay, well, let me ask this. What does uh what would you say, what does Drake have to do to win the culture back? Like, is it get with these new streamers like Kai and
Mm-mm.
Aiden and shit like that? Is that how he get the, cause he thinks that's how you do it. How do, and Drake has always moved with time. That's one thing that he was good at. Every era he moved along with the
Mm-hmm.
era. Every time there was a new song out, a new flavor like
He
Fetty
jumped on
Wap
it.
or
Yeah.
when
The dude from Memphis.
21 or Thug, it's like he was always there when SSS. You know what I'm saying? He was always there when the sound changed. What does he have to do now? And they still like them. You know what I'm saying? The world's still on his side. And what do you have to do now to win the culture? Is it streaming? Cause Castanet is very big. Aiden, all of them is very big and feel like they becoming a part of the culture one way or another, if you like it or not,
Yeah, I
that's
think
gonna be it's 5 years. This streaming is gonna be part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? So what you think he gotta do? What is it?
I
He
think
need to
he's
rap harder, he need to stop singing, or he need to stop what he need to do?
I think he's testing that out with this Iceman drop. So if you haven't been watching it, each episode he's basically live streaming, and like he has a whole event around each drop. So in my opinion, I feel like he's trying to test the waters and see where his fan base is. His first track was more traditional hip hop. This other one was like a UK song. Um, I think he's just got to find his fan base and then cater to them and just make good music in that lane. Like he don't need to have a album that's full of like all these different styles. I think he needs to kind
Mhm.
of key in on what
To
works.
his
Like,
yeah.
cause everybody's already talking about that he uses UK, he uses Atlanta. Um, so you really gotta just lock in and give us that sound that we originally came to Drake for, and I think that's how he gets hip hop back on his side. And just don't come off as a culture vulture. You know what I mean? Like, don't come off as that. I think in who he is as a real person, I think he just likes different sounds, different cultures. I think he just that's who he is. Like, regardless, he wanna implement whatever he think is hot. But I think right now he's got to really stand on his own when it comes to putting his next
Okay.
project out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna ask then. Uh and this kind of goes past just Drake. It goes to a lot of legends. Is it fair to try to box Drake in to when you say he should stick to, I'm paraphrasing, to his lane, pretty much. He needs to stick to his lane where he's good at. Is it fair, just like saying Beyonce don't need to do this new album she about to come out with?
Some fans might say that. You know, it just
She don't do country, or Wayne don't need to do the guitar, or Uzi should never did the rock and roll from the music, or MGK should have never switched to
yes. So
rock and roll.
I get what you're
Fair
saying.
to
I get what you're saying, but like that's like if he just want to make the art that's true to him, then yeah, do whatever you feel. But if your main goal is to get hip hop or whatever the culture back on your side, you kind of gotta play that game. That's why I'm just like you're in a lose lose almost because it's like do you follow your heart or do you just do whatever gets you back in good graces. If if
yeah.
if the question is to get back in good graces, I'm gonna say he needs to make a whole project like that first song that came out. I wouldn't make that
Okay.
second. I wouldn't make that which one as like the way that the project goes. I don't because I think about it. The culture don't we don't listen to UK. We're the culture, aren't we? Do we know any UK rappers and listen to them? You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
I don't want to pigeonhole Drake into doing that because I feel like
That's the death of creativity when you. I
pigeon.
get exactly what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying. You're making sense, saying to win the culture back, you can't be trying to dibble dabble in UK
We just
and
said
dance
you go
out
to
to
Atlanta when you need to check balance. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, like
he probably scared to put Thug on this project. He's like, oh damn. Kendrick said, I go to Thug when I need uh to give me street cred. You know what I mean? Little baby made you think you cool or whatever. Like he got a
yeah.
he really that's what I'm saying. Like thank me later. Thank me later. Think take care. Like he can do that. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's that. Then y'all let us know what you think.
So Soldier Boy got released from jail as gun charges was dropped. Soldier Boy has been released from jail after prosecutors declined to press charges against the rapper for possession of a gun. The Crank That star spent 2 nights in custody before it was decided he would not have to answer to this case. Soldier Boy was pulled over in a traffic stop in Los Angeles where he was the passenger in a vehicle. He did not reveal what prompted the traffic stop. The person who was driving the vehicle or why the vehicle was searched and conducted, it was then found that Soldier Boy was carrying a loaded gun.
But as far as him being in a car with a gun, why isn't the person in the car with him? Why didn't they have the gun? Did they say he was in the car with somebody else, or?
I feel like there was probably a situation like nobody want to talk. It might have been on his person or whatever it might have been, but maybe the entire vehicle. It was just a gun in the
And
vehicle.
they probably, since he's the most famous,
Just took everybody
obviously,
in.
they gonna put it on him. Obviously, don't know what kind of friend Soldier is, but he's very rich. So why is he the one taking the charge? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying other niggas should take charges for you because you got money. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb as hell. I wouldn't do it. But
You just gotta know what situation you're in. Like people gotta have these conversations before they jump in the vehicle. Like, okay,
like
this is how it's gonna have to be. You know what I mean? If just hire a security. I don't know, man. At this point, I don't know,
that
man.
costs, and I'm not sure if everybody wants you to think they getting money like that. I'm not sure if the nigga getting money enough to be paying for fucking security just to be riding around. Like,
To go to
you know,
McDonald's type shit. You know.
yeah, put
Um,
your fucking money in the bank. It's not too much you're gonna. And if you don't wear a fucking jury and excuse my language, if you don't wear a jury to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? But he do have that case,
that rape
of
case,
Shorty
2025.
and that rape. Yeah. Uh, that's another reason he shouldn't be getting caught with guns and stuff. That's another reason why he shouldn't be taking the charge for this because he has a case right now and he's the millionaire. And you know what I'm saying? If he's put away in jail, how is the homies gonna be on payroll? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about that. What you think?
Yeah, man. We just in a weird spot where like, you know what I mean. Like you never can be too safe, but it's just like at the end of the day, hey man, if we need a gun to go there, do we need to be going, bro? If we like, I get it. Everybody should be probably protecting themselves in some which way or fashion, but like, you know what I mean. If we going somewhere and we're
Yeah,
like, bro, you better not leave without that gun. Should we be going there, bro?
facts. Why did he get pulled over? How did they know? Oh, at a traffic stop. Pulled over in a traffic stop.
It could have just been him, just you know what I mean, just normal carrying. But I don't know.
Well, why would they check his vehicle? How can they do that without
Knowing Soldier Boy, he
proper
probably
call?
had. Knowing Soldier Boy, he probably had the gun out swinging in the air on his lap or something.
Right. The car was probably smelling like smoke shit, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
So
was. Yeah, it was probably the
something.
smoke.
I trying to figure out how they got in his car. Anyway, he said he's innocent, but I see that Soldier got a lot of legal problems right now. Uh, a lot. And it's crazy because, him and Blue had their little back and forth. And you don't make fun of a nigga for his legal problems, you know what I'm saying? Especially
When
if
you
you know
got
you're doing stupid shit. Because when Blue get the fuck out and your ass go up in there, it's gonna be a laugh fest. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna have jokes for days. So you watch out for karma. You don't need to be doing all that. Nigga talking about Blue was getting, hit in jail and shit. Well, when your ass get to jail and Blue get out, I can already predict the fucking future. So that's what I got to say about that.
but as of this last week, he got the website back running, and supposedly he has 100 and some items that are at $20. Um, what do you think about Kanye? You know what I mean, as far as him selling product and it being at that $20 price point.
Um, well, well, I think that's a genius move right there to sell it at $20 when you Kanye because obviously he got millions of fans, rich and poor. So everybody can buy it. You know what I'm saying? Compared to only 10 people can buy $100 item, or 50 people can buy a $50 item. You know what I'm saying? So wherever I didn't do that number in my head could be terrible, but you know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of you can bring more people in, obviously, because it's cheaper, and trying to beat out all the other brands, of course. So I think that's a genius move. But as Kanye, you know, the swastika stuff, that's crazy. Shut them down. The puffy stuff, you know, we go to the store, we go to chat, we go to the mall and go into like the Brooklyn store or something and shit. And you be seeing words written on shirts in Route 21 or any shop you go to.
Mm-hmm.
Any shop on the corner, there's words and shit on shirts. That's like freedom of speech, right? So when Kanye put a picture of Puffy, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, I think that's kind of crazy. But the swastika, that's like hate speech. They don't need none of that. So, nah. And I'm glad Shopify did that. Some of these brands or shops and places got to take a stance. You know what I'm saying? They might lose a lot of money, but gotta have morals. People put in Nazi stuff or swastika stuff or wherever the hell on shirts, and if it's like hate speech, don't do business with that. I wouldn't. So that's my thoughts.
So, quick question. This is just a parallel. So, what do you think is the difference between Kanye doing that and Little Dirt or any rapper dropping a whole album glorifying killing their ops and selling it? Um, what do you think is the difference between them two?
It's not a difference, honestly, and that's just like all the rappers talking about Pablo, or Narcos when Narcos became, popular on Netflix. Netflix put out Narco or what's the serial killer Ted Bundy or wherever the
I know you're
last.
talking about that.
Yeah, was it Ted? No, it was
The dude with the glasses.
yeah, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It slipped my mind, y'all. Um,
Yeah,
but it's the same as glorifying, or you can say the glorifying, or just telling a story, or so it's pretty much the same. That goes back to the freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? As far as hate speech goes, I guess glorifying killing is a form of hate speech. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Atlanta police got their foot in everybody's ass, or that's
exactly.
why that's why Lil Durk in jail right now. You know what I'm saying? They trying to stop stuff like that because
It just draws the line on, you know, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and like who you're offending. You know what I mean? And I don't want to back him because that's not the way I communicate. But I think that's kind of like the message is like you can offend us. You know what I mean? You can call us the N word. They can say the N word on the radio. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
as soon as you start offend different groups, then like that's where we draw the line at. You know what I mean? But yeah.
You know what? I like what you're saying right there because but isn't that more of a black problem?
Oh, for
The
sure.
other groups when
You
you
nailed it.
offend,
You nailed it.
uh,
We don't have nothing
you
to.
don't.
We don't have ownership to stop anybody from doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like they own it, so they could say, "You're not going to do that on our platform." We don't have the
Right.
platform to say to stop people saying negative things about the black community. Like we don't own the platform to do it. So yeah, you're
And
100%
yeah.
right. It's literally exactly what you said. It's up to us to say we don't want to do that.
And we don't want to hear that. We don't want that type of music. It's up to we run the culture. So if we want a certain type of thing to not be in the culture, we can actually determine that. You know what I'm saying? Just
Exactly.
like when, for example, when the baby
Yep.
spoke on the other community, they stopped that instantly. They was like, "We're gonna blackball you." Now, if black people wanted to do that when he was pistol whipping niggas at concerts and shit like that, we could have. you know, did whatever, did the counseling, and but we didn't care as much as everybody else. So there we go with that one.
So Kid Cudi reveals he nearly killed himself with overdose. Um, in a memoir published by GQ. All right, we started this episode off on a real sad way. Um, but uh, but yeah, I mean, the rapper had been open in the past about drug issues and mental health issues, stating rehab in 2016. But what do you think about that? Like artists kind of channeling their the way they feel and actually living their real life about what they put on their projects to this degree.
You're gonna understand. Artists are dark people, man. Heavily, heavily medicated people. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said it perfectly. It's trying to channel the energy or channel the mood of what you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's why, and that's artists and that's civilians. That's normal
Mm-hmm.
people. You know, you
Yeah.
got to be careful what you let your body channel. You got to be careful at what frequencies that you're listening to. Some of this, like Dominic stuff, or let's say drill music. A lot of niggas was going out there and killing to drill music. You know what I'm saying? That so that's just one example. But yeah, Cuddy doing that, I can believe it because he got some music like that, you know, some dark. And sometimes that's the best music. Who else? It's no, not it's. I'm sorry, y'all. Juice. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Juice World. People like that. Like he rapped and made songs about what he was actually doing, and he was actually trying to channel those emotions. And there's a whole group of fans that feels the same as that way and channel that music, and
Yeah.
that's why they fans of him. So yeah, man. Sometimes, you know, when I hear stuff like I got like this stigma against suicide, I guess. When I hear stuff like suicide, I be like, man, you know what I'm saying? But you can't judge
Mm-hmm.
what other people do. You know, some people already feel that way. So it's not right for me to, you know, talk down on it. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, no, man, it got to take this, and it's going to take that, and it's going to take that. So Kid Cudi, and I always feel some type of way when a famous person or a rich person feel like they need suicide, because I'm like, that's selfish, you know. I started to feel like all your problems is solved, but that's not even the case, you know, because money can't solve all problems. You know, there's deeper problems than not being able to pay bills. You
Exactly.
know, so you know, drugs. Yo, these labels that's getting these artists. You know what I'm saying? Are they not gonna put nobody in rehab? You're not gonna put your $1 million investment in fucking rehab therapy. You're not gonna, you know, and that's why I always say like these people they get artists knowing that they into selling drugs or into killing and doing all this, and they just banking off you fucking going to jail for life or killing yourself so they can make all the money. They really don't care about their artists. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And this is a perfect example. And wasn't he under Kanye?
Yeah. So yeah, he was signed to
Not Kanye. Yeah.
yeah, basically he was signed to Kanye. He left Kanye around like 2012. It's just crazy because the albums he's referencing I love, like Man on the Moon 2 is really good. I just didn't know it was to that degree. Like I knew it was a lot of emotional messaging in it, but I didn't know that he was basically killing himself to get it out. But it's like you don't get that art. It's like you can't get that art unless you get everything that comes with
That
it.
that deep into it. I wanted to use Chance
Mm-hmm.
as an example on what was acid rap when
Mm-hmm.
I believed he was on acid at that time. Who knows? But from my belief, if he was, I feel like that was his best project. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists do their best work when sedated. You know what I'm saying? You know, when they heavily medicated, or so that's probably why it was so good. You know, the drugs enhances. But like I was saying, you got to just be careful. And you, like you said, you didn't even know it was that type of emotion or type of energy transferred into this music that you was listening to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, I always when me and my moms be talking, we always talking about the transfer of energy, like or karma and stuff. You know, you give off good energy, but at the same time, someone giving off bad energy, and you can actually, if you're not careful, you can take on other people's problems. You know, I can come
Exactly.
to you with sad stories and sob stories all the time, and you can take on my energy, and you can be drained
Be
from hearing
sad.
your loved ones always, you know, like that. So you really got to be careful from the shows we watch to the music we watch to the company we keep, just the energy that we allow. But sometimes it makes for the best art. So, you know.
That's good.
But that's crazy. I didn't know he was going through that. Cuddy, you know, is that why my man was wearing fucking dresses and shit? You know, randomly. You know, is what's exactly going on with artists? First off, and why is all the artists so depressed? You know, I just made an argument that that's the best art, but why is everybody depressed when you under Kanye, a millionaire? You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think
a
it's
billion,
just
like this. How's what's going on?
I don't think it's just Kanye, but so like I would say uh, I'm not going to speak to just Cuddy, but I'm just going to say I think
In
when
general.
you in that industry of making music, having to be under the spotlight, you know, just being nitpicked, you know, like even Drake, how we're talking about Drake, he can't make nobody happy. If he takes this route, he may make somebody happy, but he's leaving them people out. You know what I mean? If he worried about our culture only making black people happy, he done left out these other two cultures. So it's like I think that really weighs in on the people, like as far as living their life. Like I was saying, bro, every time I see Kendrick, bro, he don't look happy, and everybody was saying, "Oh, he's so happy he wanted beef against Drake," and you know, it's just like they're just so under so much pressure to create and come back with another one. You gotta come back with another one. You gotta have another one. And then it's like you gotta do press. You gotta, and then people come up to you and say stuff to you. People might even positive comments could make you sad. You know what I mean? Somebody might, hey, bro, you the reason why I ain't go shoot some. I ain't go kill myself. You know, somebody might pull up on you and say some shit like that. So
Energy, you know, just the transfer of energy. You gotta be careful. And being an artist, it's a million people. So Meek has spoken on Shannon Sharp's firing from ESPN. So Sharp will not return to the sports broadcasting giant after he settled a lawsuit with his former girlfriend.
mm-mm.
Girlfriend. How old was Shorty? 18?
I don't even know.
She was 18.
She was an
His
OnlyFans
former
model too.
his former girlfriend, who accused him of, you know, rape allegations, which he denied. The Philadelphia rapper is among those to weigh in. And what he say? Y'all too old to be getting fired for real. Y'all too old to be getting fired for real. I can't believe I just took time to read this. Okay, so
Meek Mill be
Meek
on.
has also dropping some new music soon. So, responding to reports that he's the fifth most streamed rapper on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
Meek wrote on social media, and I'm about to drop a heavy load. This nigga just be. Anyway, he also thanked fans for continuing to listen to him. Shout out to everyone playing my music and the content. Everything aligned and right. Make sure you use my new and old music. I own all the new, but I still promo the old music because it laid the ground for me. All right, so he owns his own music. Good shit. It's about time these artists is owning their own shit, especially Meek, because he said something about the label didn't pay him since he fucking signed. You know, he got one paycheck from him. So yeah, I wouldn't promote that old shit. Fuck that. But Yeah, what you think about him still being on social media talking? You think Meek should stay? Don't let the people run him off, or
Oh
do he
yeah,
need to take?
I think you gotta
He
keep
need
it.
to.
I think you gotta keep the social media. I mean, now that he ain't on the label, you know what I mean. Every time they drop, the numbers are. That's what I'm saying. Like when I say this, I don't mean it that the projects aren't good or that Meek ain't good no more, but the numbers have noticeably dropped since he got ownership of his music. Um, so I would definitely keep social media. That's the only way you can contact the people. You know what I mean? How is she gonna talk to the people?
Should he take the step of what Kendrick do, J. Cole do? They don't talk to the people. And Meek, I understand you say you should talk to the people. The people have spoken, bro. And the people shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you need to let that die down? You like some people got like just a bad taste in their mouth. A bad taste in everybody's mouth. Like Meek, Megan, people like Megan came to make music now without just that bad stigma. You know, yeah, just people like that for two examples. Do they need to take some time or just keep letting it pile up, the hate until it's so fucking big that nobody fucking likes you? Like Drake, just no matter what he do, should he take some time, let everybody else, go 2 years, 3 years, well, good music, and then he come back and be like, well, damn, at least y'all niggas have a chance. This shit was trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the way to go about that?
I just feel like Meek ain't that type of artist though. Like, yes, like why and why is everybody mad at Meek again? I'm not even really sure. Like, why are people
I'm not
mad at
sure.
Meek?
Why did he say that Diddy shit?
Oh, I
I don't believe
forgot the Diddy, because he was with Diddy. Okay, yeah, I got it.
your
Um,
daddy and he fucked everything up. I sue that nigga for that shit. You crazy, bro. Ruin my whole reputation out
they
of
what they
this.
said
But
Meek
yeah,
is they said Meek is top
I don't know
on
why they.
YouTube, bro. I can't believe that. That's crazy. That Meek is still top on YouTube like that. Top five, he said.
I, didn't, I wouldn't believe that. People still listen to Meek because the
Yeah.
way the internet talk, and I think that's the algorithm. The algorithm wants you to believe because you see 50 people out of a billion. You see 50 people write a fucking message talking shit, and it makes you think, yeah, man, nobody messes with him. Nobody likes him. Same thing with Drake. You see your algorithm put a whole bunch of people that's Kendrick fans in front of you, and now got the whole world thinking, man, he fell off, bro. Nobody likes that shit. And I'm like, that's just your algorithm. That's not even true. That's not even like the total basis of all the numbers or everybody. So, yeah, Meek probably still got a following, but from what I see on social media or from all the news outlets and shits, niggas don't like him for some reason. That's just what I see. So,
Yeah,
um,
man.
people could just put out one rumor. There was never a way people could just put out one rumor and say, oh, well, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh, that was Shannon Sharp. I'm still on the Shannon Sharp shit. I was like, what is Meek talking about? So who next? What you got?
Okay. So if you didn't know, Gunna and JID, they both dropped this weekend on Friday, and it was rumored that Lil Baby was supposed to be dropping too, but he pushed the whole album back because of rumors like his project was getting leaked. Everybody was leaking his project or whatever, and
Okay.
so
Right.
the real question I got is, um, out of those three, you got Young Thug, you got Gunna, and you got Baby
JID.
and
JID.
Jid. Um,
Yeah.
well, take Jid out of it. I feel like he's in his own lane. He's in more of that lyricist
Oh, okay.
lane.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Amongst
thought you were
those,
talking about every pieces. So yeah, yeah.
with those
Uh-huh.
three, why do you think it is that Gunna by the numbers is doing better. Will do better than Lil Baby and Young Thug both. Like, why do you think that more people are tuning in to Gunna than they are to Lil Baby and Young Thug?
Few things, but the first obvious one is Gunna is a better rapper, better artist. Just it got the if all these niggas was chef, then Gunna has the best sauce. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Thug was the pioneer, and I guess he got Gunna and Baby. Yeah, Gunna teach Baby how to rap. If I'm understanding that right. Well, there you go. And not to even say that Gunna is a better rapper than Lil Baby, he makes better sounding music than Lil Baby and Young Thug. They both better rappers than Young Thug, and that's cool. That's okay. Somebody gotta be the best here, and somebody gotta be the worst. Young Thug is the worst, which is okay. Not to say he's not the most influential or the biggest. I'm not saying that, or the most paid, or the boss. I'm not saying that. We talking about who's the best, and it's not Thug. So it leaves Baby and Gunna. The harmonizing, Gunna has mastered. I was saying this to my boy B and Vasta. Gunna has pretty much mastered like harmonizing. You know what I'm saying? The art of harmonizing, like T-Pain has mastered auto-tune. Gunna has mastered his sound. And not too many people can master their sound. You know, a lot of people even started to venture off to different sounds. Lil Wayne mastered a couple of songs, and then he kept venturing. He in guitar and shit, he didn't master that. But he wants to do that. That's cool. Sometimes you can master your craft, bro. And Gunna is an artist that mastered his sound. Like Twister mastered his sound of rapping that fast, or his speed. He mastered the speed. I think Twister is the master of speed rap, fast rapping. You know, I love Busta. Busta not talking about nothing when he's rapping fast. Twister is actually fucking different conversation. We're gonna have a topic about that. The best fast rappers. So Gunna has mastered his sound. Lil Baby has raw talent, bro, and you know he has raw talent because when he first came on the scene, everybody instantly started to love him. You know, he blew up. It was that sound everybody was looking for. But Lil Baby has a sound that a lot of Atlanta people have. Gunna has a sound that a lot of people wish they can do, and they can't do that. And Young Thug, you know, he just thugger, man. You know, so that's clearly why there's a skill difference here. Gunna first, Lil Baby second, Thug third. Man, what you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? What you think? You got something different about that?
No, I'm working on a documentary right now called Overrated Rappers, and my first victim is gonna be Young Thug, because that's my opinion. I'm not a. We'll save it. We'll save it for that. But we ain't got to use this. But I'm not a fan, bro. I don't understand, bro. Not even that I can't hear him, but I just don't understand the. I don't understand. I don't understand the hype. I don't.
Nah,
Everybody I know like him. I'm just like, I don't get it. You know.
I was one of those when it first started, when Thugger first came out. I was definitely against that shit. You know, all that shit. I thought Rich Homie Quan was a better rapper. Still do. You know. No hate to Thug. That's just his music wasn't for me, you know. But it was for a lot of people in the culture. And obviously Thug has influenced the culture. But like you said, I don't know how. I don't know how either. So I need to hear that documentary. You know, I need to hear what you're coming up with that.
Okay, I got one. I got one for us, and
Okay.
I don't know if you. I want to tread lightly on this because I'm not into this weirdo shit. But so Gilly the Kid responds to ignorant conspiracy theory about his son's shooting death. So, if you didn't know, his son passed away, I want to say a year or so ago. Are you aware of this?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody's been trying to link it to some Illuminati type of thing or whatever it might be. But he made a response, and I'm going to try to play it. Tell me if you can hear it.
Talk about Gilly sold his son, right? Let me
Can you
just
hear
tell
this?
you the reality is, right? My son got murdered.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to hear that too, man.
Hold on, right? My son got murdered in a ghetto in Philadelphia, standing on the corner. But niggas talk about I sacrificed my son. Do you know how ignorant that is, bro?
That shit dumb. That shit sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you know how ignorant that is?
Yes.
Hey, listen. And do you understand how one of the realest niggas ever living, man? You can't offend me by typing some dumb shit at the bottom of the joint. I've already accepted my son's past.
Right.
So you can't offend me by you typing some dumb shit at the bottom of my joint. All you doing is putting negative energy on yourself. All you doing is shortening somebody's life up on your side. So when your mama or one of your aunts or your brother check out in the next 6 months, you put that negative energy on them. The world work off of energy, buddy. You on here telling a nigga, a solid nigga like me, that he killed his son for money.
And that shit ignorant as fuck, dog. Cause people
think about that.
Cause people be
See,
behind
a nigga think he hurting me by typing
right.
that shit all the time.
By saying
he
that shit, when it's like you don't.
He hurting his own family.
So yeah, that was Gilly's response to because I heard this conspiracy when it back then. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, what you think about that?
I think a lot of sacrifice and shit does go down in the industry. This right here, bro, Gilly, bro, that's dumb as hell. It's ignorant, you know, to be saying that to people that just lost a fucking son, lost a loved one. It's ignorant. Nobody literally have any proof of anything. So you just saying that, it's honestly just hatred out your heart, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no proof of anything that will prove that he even did anything to his son, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy as hell. You know, he said something about the world works off of energy. And that's what we were just talking about, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He said when you put out that energy, your fucking mom passed in 6 months. That's what we were just talking about, huh? That energy, the transfer of energy. And it's so much energy that's just constantly going back. That's why you got to protect yourself. But yeah, man, people go on this internet. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, right, and grab my phone. Just grab my phone. And I guess I click on Facebook. And be some ignorant shit, some dumb shit. The first thing I read, and I gotta hurry up and click off. I be like, damn, I can't even start my day off looking at the dumbest shit. You know what I'm saying? I literally hurry up and flick off the phone because I be like, dang, I'm gonna start my day off with something stupid, something crazy, some bad energy, some bad energy. And I'm just like, yo, it's crazy that people get on the internet and try to say stuff to you know, make other people feel some type of way because you feel some type of way. So yeah, no, I don't believe that. Gilly too old in the game now to be fucking sacrificing now. You thought he would have did this shit 20, 30 years ago. Like, how old is this nigga? 50, 60 or some shit like this? Like, damn, you gonna sacrifice now, nigga? You already fucking be a millionaire. What? Why they saying this? Because he got that $100 million deal or some shit like that?
Yep.
Weird, but you can't be blessed. You can God can punish a nigga, but you can't bless a nigga, huh? That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? God punishes everybody. Everybody gets their blessings and everybody gets their punishment. He's a universal punisher, nigga. Everybody gets it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna get it. I get it. We all gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that's crazy for people to get on this, get on Beyonce's internet and talk like this, man. They're crazy. What you think?
I think it's just crazy. Somebody commented, "What is this guy yapping about?" but no, I just think that yeah, it's like that whole thing in our community. If you see another man doing good, they gotta have done it in a weird, illegitimate way. You know what I mean? They can't have got it off the hustle and off the grind. They had to get it. They had to get it on some demonic, like I mean,
Sacrifice.
like everybody think
Yeah,
Jay-Z is Illuminati, Kanye Illuminati, Rihanna, whatever. But like, because that's what we was on back in the day, looking at conspiracy theories and all that about so and so sold their soul, whatever it might be.
Mhm.
But but yeah, I mean, I just think we gotta. It's damn near a form of hate, to be real. But that's how I feel on it, man.
It reminds me, y'all. Join our Discord, Hip Hop Weekly.
It's free.
Uh,
It's free right now. They charging $5 to $50, man. We get y'all in there for free. You know what I
This
mean?
nigga $10 a month. We making zero right. That's free. You know what I'm saying?
We
So
we
you
in the
good.
we in the free
Go
tier.
ahead, Jones. Kanye crazy, man. Always going against the grain. What's wrong with him, bro?
Yeah, he getting out of hand with it. I think he trying to get killed at this point.